It offers you the power of prosperity or ruin. Entrepreneurs who love it will reap harvests of abundance. I'll be back in 20 seconds to tell you what it is and how to make it work for you. Stick around. Okay, welcome gamers to training day 1. This is our first season together. It is Monday morning. We are running at full tilt. You should be running at full tilt with me now. And I want to welcome you back into the extraordinary game of entrepreneurship and how to play it. My name, of course, is Chris Allen White. I am the game master. And as you know by now, my role is to disrupt your thinking in order to empower you to live outside your phone booth so that you can share your extraordinary with the world. Again, what the heck does living outside the phone booth have to do with anything? Well, just ask yourself this question. What would have happened had Superman never gotten out of the phone booth? What would have happened? Exactly. Nothing would have happened. And that's why living outside of your phone booth every day is priority number 1. Gamers, if you're ready, then I'm ready. Game on. All right, gamers, today I want to talk to you about the most overlooked hidden power in your business. Before I dive into that, I just want you to be locked in because this is day 1 of our 90-day sprint together. Okay, if you're here for the first time, what you have to understand is that inside of the extraordinary game of entrepreneurship and how to play it, we are focused on 16-week seasons. Okay, we just came out of a 2-week preseason where we were getting prepared for this moment, right? We've been using a playbook to define our vision, to get our goals down, to dive into the tactics that we're going to use to achieve those goals. We've been talking about routines. We've really done everything we needed to do in the preseason to be running at full tilt right now for the next 90 days so that we can crush out big results inside of our business. That'll take us through 14 weeks. And then the last 2 weeks is what we'll call the off season. And that's what we'll celebrate, we'll unwind, and we'll get ready to prepare for the next season. So again, this is day 1. I hope you're locked in with me. I hope you're ready to rock and roll because it is going to be an epic adventure. All right, then back to what we're talking about today. I want to talk to you about the most overlooked hidden power in your business. This is going to be critical as you're running full tilt because as you can imagine, when you are in a dead sprint, even just the slightest, thing that hits you can knock you off course. You get knocked off course just that much over the course of 90 days. Getting knocked off course just that much every day is going to put you pretty far off course 90 days from now. Okay, so this is very important. Let me dive in here with you by asking you a question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you steward life-giving self-talk in your business? On a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you steward life-giving self-talk in your business? Here's what you need to hear me say this morning, gamers. Words, self-talk, has the power to create as well as the power to destroy. The writer of Proverbs said, the tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Let me share a metaphor with you. I want you to imagine that every time you speak, there are nails flying out of your mouth. And these nails are spinning out of your mouth and they're going to get about this far in front of you. And then they're going to boomerang back into your ears. And I want you to imagine you've got these little mini people standing on your brain. And they're just grabbing those nails and they've got a hammer in their hand and they're just in there building. They are unbiased to what type of nails are flying in through your ears. They're just grabbing them and they're building whatever those nails are telling them to build. So I want you to imagine this. This is why words have the power to create and to destroy. Okay? With that being said, I want to remind you that as extraordinary entrepreneurs, inside of the extraordinary game of entrepreneurship and how to play it, we are now focused, laser focused on living our lives by design. Remember we talked about you can live by default or you can live by design. Most people live by default. And that's why most people are frustrated and struggling. We are not going to live by default. We are going to live by design. The design that we're living under inside the game is what we call the Gamechangers Grid, right? If you remember, you should have this inside your playbook, the Gamechangers Grid: goals, routines, inner game, and DNA. Okay, so today we are talking about your inner game and your DNA, right? Your DNA is, what defines you. What are your beliefs? What are your values? What makes you you out in the world? What I'm asking you to honor and to steward from this day forward, if you don't already, is the power of words to create or destroy. Because when that becomes part of your DNA, when you're really honed in on that every single day as we're running full tilt over the next 90 days, when every word counts, because as an extraordinary performer, we are now focused on the now. Every minute of our day matters, which means every word that comes out of your mouth or every word that you think in your subconscious, it matters. Every word. Okay. This is part of the inner game that we're playing here. Okay. So what I want to offer you is an exercise, something to do that's really going to help empower you with self-talk. And I want you to use this exercise as an anchor to help you stay laser focused as you're running full tilt with us over the next 90 days. And I call this the 3-word exercise. Okay. I want you to put this in your playbook somewhere that you can look at it every day. The 3-word exercise. Now, where did this 3-word exercise come from? Excuse me. The 3-word exercise started from a mentor of mine. His name's John Hatfield, and he had what he called the 1-word exercise, which turned me on to this idea. It was a word that he would meditate on and pray over as he was going into his new year. And that word is really a word that he was going to use to anchor himself, to anchor his thinking, to inspire him as he was moving through his year. Okay, so I've been using the 1-word exercise for quite a while. Well, last year I was turned on to a guy by the name of Chris Brogan who recommended 3 words. So now I've optimized my business from the 1-word exercise to the 3-word exercise. Now, why 3 words? What's the significance with 3 words? Well, as Chris Brogan argues, it's a way to triangulate, right? Triangulation. It answers 2 powerful questions. Triangulation always answers 2 powerful questions. Where am I? And where am I headed? Where am I and where am I headed? Okay. 1 word. If you're just doing the 1-word exercise like I used to do, the argument is 1 word is going to escape your memory too quickly. Okay, 2 words are going to create, a this or that kind of logic, right? Well, I got this word and I got that word. 3 words, the argument is going to give dimension to your life. It's where the triangulation comes in. Where am I and where am I headed? So let me give you 10 tips when you're thinking about what your 3 words are. So this is an exercise you're going to have to spend some time. Put it into your subconscious, start thinking about it, and I want you to come up with 3 powerful words using these 10 tips. Number 1, don't use phrases. Okay, we are literally talking 3 words here. Number 2, use the dictionary to really grasp the feeling of the word. I want you to, when you think of a word, I want you to get online and just type into Google, define, and then the word. Define, and then the word, see what pulls up. If it inspires you, if it makes you feel powerful, if it makes you feel the way you want to feel, that's the word. Don't question, okay? Number 3, choose words that support and empower your goals and the choices that you're going to be making over the next 90 days. Because remember, words have the power to create or destroy. We want to use these words to empower us to create. These are active words. We want them to be present in our lives moment by moment, which is why we want to put them into the playbook, okay? Tip number 4, choose words that intersect with more than one dimension of your life. I'll share my 3 words here, or at least one of my words here with you in a minute to give you some context here about how I think of this. But you want to choose words that intersect with more than one dimension of your life, so you're not just like focus on business words, for example. Maybe you've got a word that crosses over that's going to help you become a better spouse or a better parent or a better friend, right? Just create some dimension with the words. Tip number 5, don't pick the word focus, okay? For some weird reason, it doesn't help you focus. Okay, it's not powerful enough of a word. Tip number 6, use action words. Action words. Tip number 7, trust your intuition. You know, what I like to do is I like to meditate, and I just like to ask myself, what are my words? And when the word comes, I like to trust in my intuition, because your intuition is a very powerful, powerful force that you have working for you in your business if you're willing to trust it. Trust your intuition. Tip number 8, consider how the words make you feel. This is very important. Feelings are the linchpin of creating results in the moment in your business. It makes sense when you think about it, right? Because if you're inspired, if you're excited, if you feel on fire and powerful, you're going to be taking powerful, powerful actions, and actions are what create your results, right? But contrast that with if you're feeling down, if you're feeling depressed, if you're just feeling, so-so, you're not going to be taking the type of actions that extraordinary performers take. Okay, so consider how the word makes you feel. Feelings matter. You don't want to just feel neutral. You don't want to think, oh, that's a cool word in your brain. You want to feel. You want to feel the word. If you can't feel the word, it's not the word. Okay. Tip number 9, print the words out. Put them where you can see them every day. I like to put the words on my computer. I'll be putting the words, since I'm doing this exercise with you in this season, I want to be putting the words right here on the cover of my playbook. Okay, so I can see it every day. That's how much these words matter to me in the season that I'm playing with all of you. Okay, then tip number 10, I want you to share your words with us. Get inside the private Facebook group, Facebook.com/extraordinary game. Share the words with us. Tell us what your words are. Own the words. Step into the words with power and with pride and with passion. Okay, let me share one of my words with you. One of my words is the word risk. Okay, now I also want to encourage you to define the word based on your definition. So look the word up, and then maybe there's a bunch of definitions for the word. Just create your definition, whatever that definition is that gives some depth to the word for you, that gives it more power. Write it down in your playbook. Okay, so here's one of my words, which is risk. Okay, so my definition is, it's a reminder to me that life is meant to be an adventure. And adventure inherently involves risk. So I aim to risk more, especially in my business, especially over the course of these next 90 days. So that's one of my words. That's the context I've given to that word. I want you to do the same thing in your playbook with your 3 words. Now, here's why you need to do this. Here's the key point today. Words matter to extraordinary performers. I want you to imagine words as fertilizer or nightshade. Nightshade is poison, by the way. Words are either fertilizer or they're nightshade for the soil of your mind. Every word matters. Every word matters. You're either putting fertilizer into your mind, into the soil of your mind, or you're putting nightshade, you're putting poison into the soil of your mind. I want to encourage you to fertilize your mind with words that are going to empower you and inspire you. And so to really start to develop that muscle of stewarding our self-talk well, of really starting to honor words at a higher level, this 3-word exercise is going to help you do that. So that's your action step going away from today, my friends. Put the 3 words into your playbook. Share your 3 words with us inside of our private Facebook group. And then, hey, go ahead and leave your comments below this video. I'd like to get your reaction to this 3-word exercise. Let me know your thoughts. I look forward to seeing you inside the private Facebook group. And we will be back tomorrow for training day number 2 inside of this first season that we're playing together in the extraordinary game of entrepreneurship. My friends, go out there today, think big, be extraordinary in your thinking, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to the extraordinary game of entrepreneurship and how to play it. And remember, gamers, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. So get out of your phone booth and go share your extraordinary with the world.